Hello everyone and welcome to Birmingham. I'm back in Birmingham now in my uni room, which can only mean that it's the start of the university year. And here in Birmingham, it's raining pretty hard today for the first time, and I was up quite late last night with my housemates. So I feel like it's a good day to take it really chill and easy. And what I want to do today as the new university year approaches is I want to take some time out of my day to write some goals for the year of things that I'm looking to achieve, and also do some manifesting to try and manifest some beautiful things for myself in the year ahead. I'm kind of inspired in the way I write goals and manifest by, I guess, two people on YouTube. So Unjaded Jade has a really good video about her impossible list, which is how she plans goals and kind of reviews them and repeats them in order to build on them, and how it allows her to achieve lots of things that she wouldn't necessarily normally think she was capable of achieving. And the second one is the Purple Palace, who talks a lot about manifesting and about manifesting beautiful things for yourself in life. Both of these kind of work with the law of attraction, which is the idea that whatever you're putting out into the world is what you're going to get back. So if you're putting out for yourself really positive energy, really like visualizing and knowing what you want from your life and where you want to be in 6 months, then that'll help you get that back in return. You can kind of only work towards a future that you can imagine for yourself. If you can't imagine it, it's going to be a lot harder to get there. Whereas if every day you're reading that and you're thinking about it and you're working towards it, you're much more likely to find yourself in that place in those 6 months. I haven't really thought too much about this yet. I'm just going to take it as it comes. But hopefully it'll leave me feeling really positive and energised about the year ahead, because it is a bit of a weird year, especially at university with COVID. So I want to make sure I'm starting with a positive mental attitude and thinking about what I could achieve in this year, despite all of the things that I might not be able to achieve because COVID is putting up barriers for everyone. Let's get started. Get yourself a cup of tea, sit down, think about who you want to be and where you want to be. And let's write some goals in the rain. So for my goals, I'm going to be doing them on my laptop because I'm going to be using Notion. I've really recently got into using Notion for organising things, and I feel like because it's how I organise and plan my life, it's a good place to keep my goals, because it's somewhere I visit regularly and I can tick them off and work towards them and see them regularly in my day-to-day life. On my homepage, I have a section called the Impossible List, which is where I've got loads of sections of different goals. So I've kind of got professional goals, skills, travel, fitness, health and food, and life. So I'm going to have a look at those really long-term goals. The Impossible List is a list that I've written for my whole life, for things I just want to achieve indefinitely. But what I want to do today is kind of try and pick out some of them and specifically set them as 2020 goals to try and make them happen. But also add to that and think quite specifically about university and what I might want to be achieving this year. This is the more practical stage where it's more targets to achieve. The manifesting is a lot more about what I want my life to look like and who I want to be. It's just to help me remember what my priorities are at this moment in time. It's also totally chill if I decide later on in the year that I don't want to achieve some of these. That's fine, but it's just what I want to do now.
Easy ride, 100 miles up the western coast, through white plains and green fields. Easy ride, with a bunch of old favorite songs and a sweet angel on the wheel.
So what I've done so far is I've taken my complete goals that I have written out normally, and I've picked out ones from there that I think I could achieve this year and that I want to achieve this year. So I have a set list of those. I've also scaled some of them down to work towards those larger goals. So or personalise them. For example, I had a thing about being able to swim 30 lengths, and I've kind of adapted that because I have started swimming at uni, but I want to be able to swim for the whole session time at uni, which is 44 minutes, without stopping and having to break or rest early. So I've sort of adapted that goal into a goal that I'll be able to measure more easily. There's some which I'm much more likely to achieve, and there's some which are a bit larger and also are forces kind of outside of my control, such as like have something published in a magazine. I can't actually control whether someone decides to publish my work, but it's a thing that I can look at and think about it'll push me to apply to them even if it doesn't happen. So I've got those. Now I might think about stuff that wasn't on those lists that might be more specific to the year ahead. Now I know what it's going to look like. And then I'm going to put it in a nicer place. I'll find somewhere in my Notion where I can access it really easily and see it, so I get reminded to do these things rather than just writing the list and never looking at it again. It should be something that you come back to and work on throughout the year. So now I'm going to do some manifesting, and basically what manifesting is when you write about the future as if you're in the future. So I'm going to write about what I want to be and who I want to be in 6 months or a year, where I want to be, what I want to be surrounded by, and try and make it really visual and as specific as you can, to be honest. It doesn't matter. Really try and picture yourself in that place, and then write it in the present tense as if you are there and it's already happened. It's a way of changing your mindset and really setting yourself up to be that person and to be in that place and space that you want to be. This is a little bit more personal, I'd say, than goals, and also something that I want to treasure a bit more because I think it's really specific about who you are and what your wishes are, versus goals are kind of things you want to achieve. I want to see them like organised on a daily basis so that I can look to check them off. Whereas this is, I want to be something that I can come to and read to and escape and remember who I am and where I want to be. So I'm going to do it in this nice notebook, and hopefully I'll have collections of writing by the time I'm finished in years with this notebook of all of the people I've dreamt of to be and all of the versions of me that have existed over the years, which I think will be really lovely.
Everybody is out in the sun while I watch my day burn out, and I ask myself what's left to try and get back on this easy ride.
I've now finished writing my manifestation for who I want to be at the end of the university year, and I thought I'd share with you a little bit of it. Not the whole thing, but just snippets so you can see the style of thing that I'm going to write. So it begins at the end of the university year. I'm full of joy of life. Life isn't perfect every day, but I can notice the beauty of small moments. I've learnt new skills and surprised myself, so now I am a self I could have never dreamed a year ago. I'm so grateful for all that I've experienced, and that gratitude is a spirit I spread to those I spend time with. I've learnt to live with less, reducing the clutter of possessions so I feel able to move on my year abroad with ease. My creativity is thriving. I've explored new ways of expressing myself, and I feel that I can be myself in a majority of situations I'm placed in. This is actually the first time I've sat down and done this as formally. I think I've always set goals in my head, but I've never really had a proper system of stopping and thinking and reflecting. But the idea of this is that you revisit it. It's not a static thing and a static process. This is something that I'll revisit and do again and again throughout the university year, and just whenever I feel I need to, because you change as you grow and your priorities change and who you want to be changes, and it's a way of helping that self-development with a structured helping hand from yourself, guiding yourself in the right direction so that you're not accidentally going a direction that you don't want to be. I'll let you know how it goes. I'm feeling really positive about it. I think it's going to work wonders for me. And let me know if you also are doing this, because I'd love to hear whether other people do a similar thing. And have a lovely week. Good luck at uni.